Welcome back, everyone. This is Used Car Salesman, GTA Failer, and I've got some great deals for you today, starting right here with the Deluxo. It has one fixed spawn inside Sunshine Autos, but only after you complete the first import-export list here. Reading from the in-game description, the future is here and it has gull-wing doors. Never again must you choose between the drama of the open road and the majesty of flight. Never again will you feel that lurch of panic as you accidentally drive over a cliff. At the click of a button, you will soar over trees, mountains, sharks, the slack-jawed competition, and anything else you choose. Please note, this vehicle can be modified at a vehicle workshop inside an Avenger or Mobile Operations Center. That's from Warstock Cash and Carry, which exists in San Andreas and online and GTA 5. Okay, reading from the wiki now. The Deluxo is a sports car appearing in Vice City Stories, and GTA Online as part of the Doomsday Heist update. Thinking about the influence, it's based on the DMC DeLorean, although various differences may be noted, including taillights more reminiscent of Ferrari's dual circular taillights from many of its 1970s and 1980s models, headlights and body shapes similar to those of a Renault Alpine GTA/A610, and a wider spectrum of body colors. The Deluxo also remembers a 1980 to 1991 Audi Quattro, and like the Quattro, it has a front-engine all-wheel drive drivetrain. There also appear to be resemblances to the 1990 to 1994 Volkswagen Corrado, particularly in the overall shape. Okay, moving right along to the performance. In Vice City, the Deluxo is a fast car, but its speed is not on par with the Infernus or the Cheetah. The engine has the same sound as the Infernus, so it may be possible for it to be a V8 as well. The vehicle's braking is pretty good and responsive, and its handling is satisfactory. However, as a result of its all-wheel drive drivetrain, the Deluxo suffers from some moderate understeer. To mitigate this understeer, take corners by slowing a bit with the car's normal brakes and drifting lightly through them with a slight application. Everything is fine. A little bit upside down, no problem. Again, you have your seatbelt buckled for the test drive, right? Take care not to drift too heavily or the rear end will swing wide and the car will oversteer. Okay, as we make our way down this favorite road of ours during our test drives, we'll move on to, let's see, no prominent appearances and missions in this game. But let's check out the trivia. Its name is a derivative of deluxe. This is Deluxo, deluxe meaning luxurious or sumptuous. It is also a play of DeLorean, the main inspiration of the car. Deluxo DeLorean. The texture map for the Deluxo here in Vice City appears to indicate that the Deluxo's headlights and taillights could have looked like the DeLorean's in an early beta version. This texture map contains dual headlights, front turning signals, and rear turning red and reverse taillights. The current version only uses single headlights and red circular taillights. All right, as I mentioned, every car in our showroom that is the entirety of Vice City is free. So anytime you see a vehicle you like, you just grab it. No negotiations necessary here in our showroom. All right, heading over the bridge, everything seems hunky-dory. Tires intact, vehicle not smoking. Just have to carefully navigate around these tanks. Look out, look out, look out! And that's the end of the Deluxo. Next up is the Enforcer. It has only one fixed spawn right here on the Eastern Island at the Northern Police Station. You can see the word SWAT right there on the side. This is a pretty cool looking vehicle, and you don't even have to be a police officer to drive it, which is nice. From the wiki, the Enforcer is a law enforcement vehicle featured in both the 3D and HD universes. The design in all of its appearances, the Enforcer is depicted as a large armored transport van used by the law enforcement, specifically elite paramilitary tactical units. The Enforcer is an excellent choice as its heavy weight makes it suitable for ramming and also serves as a roadblock vehicle when needed. One of the noticeable features is that the player will gain body armor upon entry of the vehicle. That's right. So my armor was full at the start of this clip, but regardless of whether you have some or no armor, you get into any Enforcer in this game and your armor goes up to its maximum, which is typically 100, but it's 150 because we've done something. I don't know, is it Pizza Boy that gives you the 150? I forget. No, Pizza Boy impacted the red number, the 100, the pink health number. But anyway, something we did gave us the 150. Maybe it was Vigilante. Okay, so let's keep on talking about the Enforcer here from the wiki. Performance. The overall performance is average to good. While large and heavy, the powerful engine of the Enforcer allows it to accelerate well and reach high top speeds, while its cornering can be properly negotiated via the use of the handbrake. Its low clearance, small wheels, and heavy weight, however, make it unsuited on rough terrain where it may roll easily. Fair enough. All right, so as we begin our test drive here, we're going to have the usual 6 wanted stars, but I assume that my colleagues here, my other fellow police officers, are going to leave me alone during this test drive. We shall see. Okay, in Vice City, the Enforcer is featured in one mission, The Job. After Tommy's crew robs the bank, 2 Enforcers block the entrance. Okay, continuing right along to the trivia section. As we mentioned, you get full body armor and when you enter an Enforcer. Although in GTA 4, you only receive 20% of body armor when you enter it. It works similar as the health in the case of ambulances. If the player tries to store the Enforcer in a garage using a tow truck, what are they talking about here? I could store my Enforcer in a garage. Oh, I see. Yeah, but if you just put it in a garage, it says the body armor effect will disappear and will not be equipped the next time you enter that particular Enforcer. So once you store it in a garage, that's the end of the body armor gimmick. That's too bad. In GTA 3 and Vice City, Enforcers have red and white light bars. In San Andreas, it's red and amber light bars. Both light bars, however, flash red and blue when activated. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's keep on trucking here, please, colleagues. Leave me alone, just trying to get to the lighthouse. All right, the grill of the Enforcer in the mobile version is remastered. In GTA 3, Vice City, and Vice City Stories, the Enforcer doesn't feature a rear license plate. Yeah, there's no license plate back here. That seems illegal. Don't worry, I am an officer of the law. All right. Let's see. I see some stuff here about the Enforcer in other games. Who cares about them? In GTA 4, the Enforcer has no windows. Weird. Weird. All right, and then there are some other vehicles similar to this in some other games. GTA 2 and GTA Advance has a SWAT van quite similar to this. In GTA 5, the equivalent is called the Police Riot. That's the name of that vehicle. And in Chinatown Wars, there's the Noose Enforcer. Although it says it has a different design in Chinatown Wars. Okay, but this Enforcer is doing awesome, and the lighthouse is just around the corner. We're going to call this one a win, I think. We just have to navigate past that tank. Easy peasy. And we'll just move on to the next vehicle. The next vehicle is the Esperanto. And it's time for me to come clean about my feelings to you on the Esperanto. Of all the vehicles in the game, I think it's like 104. The Esperanto is legitimately my least favorite vehicle. Least favorite out of all 104 vehicles. And there's some very specific reasons why the Esperanto is my least favorite vehicle. But anyway, credit where credit is due. The Enforcer has made the entire test drive flawlessly. Okay, so the Esperanto, least favorite vehicle. So first of all, it's required in the Sunshine Autos import list. If it weren't, I would not have it be my least favorite vehicle. Number 2, it has no fixed spawns. If it did, it wouldn't be my least favorite vehicle. Number 3, it seems to spawn for me very rarely when I'm looking for it for that import list over at Sunshine Autos. So rarely that it has killed multiple of my 100% completion attempts. And I don't do Sunshine Autos until, I don't know, like 8 hours into an 11-hour attempt to do 100% completion in this game. And it is devastating to sit there for half an hour, like every other vehicle that I need for the Sunshine Autos list is already, is already found. It's in one of my Sunshine garages or it's already imported. And I just drive around for half an hour, desperately looking for an Esperanto. It just kills my runs. It kills my runs. I have given up multiple runs after 8 hours because the Esperanto has taken me 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. It just shows up whenever the heck it feels like it. It's terrible. I'm not even going to read anything to you from the wiki about this lousy car. I cannot sell you this car in good conscience, even at a $0 sales price. I can't let you walk away from this terrible, horrendous, worst car in Vice City. Maybe you have a different opinion. Feel free to share in the comments what you think the worst car, worst vehicle in Vice City is. But for me, hands down, it's this one. I know I complained about the burrito in an earlier video, but the burrito, look out, on fire, upside down, running into tanks, and blown up. It got what it deserved. Our next vehicle is the Faggio. It has exactly 3 fixed spawns. Here's the first one, right by Ken Rosenberg's office. This is actually the first vehicle I get into when I play this game 100%. It's right by the start of the game after that final cutscene between Tommy and Ken. All right, so here's the second one, not too far from the southern police station here on the Eastern Island. And then the third spawn is tucked away right behind this, right next to this dumpster. And I actually use this Faggio during one of the missions. I forget what it's called. It might be called the Chase. Okay, so let's drive this over to the stadium and talk about the Faggio. So first, reading from the GTA 5 in-game description, a certain kind of man drives a scooter. Is that you? Now reading from the wiki. The Faggio is a scooter that has appeared in every game since Vice City except Advance and Chinatown Wars. Let's look at the design. It's a motor scooter meant to parody the Vespa and the Piaggio scooter lineup. The vehicle is one of the few in the GTA series that has remained virtually unchanged, throughout all of its appearances in the GTA universe. Let's see, starting with Vice City and ending with Vice City Stories, the Faggio is based on a Piaggio Vespa 50 Special. It has a light unibody structure where the front section features a small fender with small forks for the wheel mounted in front of a tall panel. Okay, let's keep on trucking here. The performance in the 3D universe, powered by a small 2-stroke engine. The Faggio is the slowest and most low-powered motorcycle in each of the 4 games in which the vehicle appears, but makes up for this with its excellent maneuverability, acceleration, and being lightweight. I disagree. I do not think it makes up for any of the lack of speed. Okay. The Faggio has a modification in this game. It's the Pizza Boy, and we'll talk about the Pizza Boy in a future tour of our showroom. Prominent appearances in missions in the mission Gun Runner, which is a kind of late game fill mission. An infinite number of gang members will chase you during the whole mission. They approach in groups of 4 riding Faggios. That's cool. All right, let's keep on trucking. Just have to stay on this bike and keep the wheels intact. Look out. Oh, that was a big spill. And we're getting wrecked here. Where is my bike? There it is. Nope. Where are we going? Oh, yeah. Don't take the Faggio home today. It gets you killed. Just a tiny bit from the trivia as we move on to the next vehicle in our list, which is going to be the FBI Rancher, which I'm going to try to get by legitimately getting a 5-star wanted level here. Let's see how this goes. Let's see. Faggio is Italian for beech. That's B-E-E-C-H, like the beech tree. However, the name is presumably a portmanteau of a word that I'm not going to say here, which typically is an insult for a male homosexual, and Piaggio, given the inferior performance of the scooter in comparison to other bikes. In Rockstar's video game Bully, there is a vehicle that shares the design of the HD universe rendition of the Faggio. During the development of Vice City, the Faggio was simply known as the Moped. All right, still working up to our 5 stars because that's when the FBI vehicles start to spawn. I think we need 5, right? It's not 4. Yeah, we need 1 more, it looks like. In San Andreas, sorry, we don't care about San Andreas, the Faggio and the Freeway are the only vehicles in Vice City Stories that are only available in black. That's interesting. Okay, and then there's some trivia for the Faggio in some other games. Looks like there's something called the Faggio Sport in another one of the GTA games, which is the modern counterpart to the Faggio. We talked about the Pizza Boy. There's also something called the Noodle Boy. I think that might be in Liberty City Stories, that one. And then the Vice City Stories equivalent of the Faggio is called the Ventoso. All right, so there is an FBI Rancher, and I want one of those, but I don't want to die getting it. So let's see. So I wanted to get my wanted level a little bit lower here. I was hoping to despawn the soldiers or the SWAT, whoever's shooting at me, and not despawn the vehicle. Unfortunately, I despawned the vehicle. Health is down to, what, 66 here. I don't even have 5 stars anymore, so I can't get another FBI Rancher to show up. Please, I'm trying to make an honest day's living. Is that an FBI Rancher there? It is. Do they show up at 4 stars or 5? I don't know. We're dead. All kinds of dead. Okay, so we try again. So in the rest of my attempts at getting an FBI Rancher, I decided to use the wanted cheat code to give myself 6 stars, and then I turned around and walked into the bribe star right here in front of the Hyman safe house. And this first attempt busted, and then we'll have a couple of deaths, but you'll just enjoy watching those while I read from the wiki about the FBI Rancher. It's a law enforcement SUV featured in Vice City and San Andreas. The rancher also exists in Vice City Stories, but cannot be found under normal circumstances. That's kind of mysterious. Okay, reading about the design, the FBI Rancher is a longer four-door SUV based on the two-door Rancher SUV, which resembles a 1981 to 1991 Chevy Suburban, the four-door relative of the Chevy K5 Blazer. In Vice City, the FBI Rancher appears only in a black body color with a non-visible strobe light on the dashboard, but when it's used, a blue strobe light on the right-hand side can be seen on the passenger side. All right, fair enough. Tinted windows, detailed bodywork, step sides, single exhaust tube, and SUV wheels. All right, very good. And now let's read about the performance here. Despite its size and weight, the FBI Rancher with its throaty V8 engine is one of the fastest SUV-based law enforcement vehicles, being capable of high speeds that rival police cars in their respective games. It's all-wheel drive, giving it some good traction and strength. So here I'm putting it in my garage, and then I'm going to save my game legitimately, not using my Quicksave program. And I still have my wanted level right after saving, but as soon as I load that game, then the wanted level will have disappeared along with that tank and all the other police officers here. However, the FBI Rancher is longer than the Rancher, which seems to give it a somewhat slower effect, and it has the tendency to flip on uneven terrain. So not very suitable for off-road driving. Despite this, the San Andreas version has off-road tires. Okay, fair enough. Prominence in missions. In the mission Copland, FBI Ranchers will be sent after Tommy and Lance after they blow up the Tarbrush Cafe in the North Point Mall. And again, I expect some special treatment here from my colleagues since I'm a law enforcement officer, and no special treatment at all. So while we move on to the FBI Washington, I'll just finish up with the trivia from the wiki about the FBI Rancher. It shares the same engine sound as the Sentinel XS. The black paint is a permanent texture of the vehicle, and it's actually taxi yellow in-game. This can be seen when the player crashes the car where the yellow paint will rub off. That's interesting. The secondary siren sound is unique, being louder and higher pitched. This also applies to, the FBI Washington Vice City Stories and the FBI Cruiser in Liberty City Stories. Moving on to the FBI Washington, it has exactly one fixed spawn right over there by that pizza boy. From the wiki, the FBI Washington is a law enforcement sedan in Vice City and Vice City Stories. As the name implies, the FBI Washington is a variant of the Washington. We'll see the Washington later in this video series, but this one has been adopted for use by the FBI. And so I'm assuming that they're going to leave me alone during this test drive because, again, I'm in a police law enforcement vehicle. Introduced in Vice City, the Washington sports only minor differences between the FBI Washington and the Washington. The most evident difference is the unique dark gray color, as well as side trims that run from front to back and over the wheel wells. It emits a siren, but has neither a visible strobe light nor an actual light emitted from where the invisible strobe light should be. It's got a white color in Vice City Stories. I like the black. It's pretty cool. Okay, performance. It has better handling and it's faster than the standard Washington. It's more stable than the police car, which has a tendency to roll on the slightest grade. The player may use the FBI Washington to start vigilante missions. That's a good idea, right? Because of the better handling than the police car, and also the fact that you can bring this to the pay and spray should you get some wanted stars while you're doing vigilante. Okay, I don't see any appearances in missions for this vehicle. Down to the trivia section, due to its near similar design to a regular Washington, the FBI Washington can occasionally be confused as being used by the French during all hands on deck. However, the French's cars are actually regular Washingtons in that mission, as evidenced by their lack of side trimming and the fact that they are all black while the FBI Washington is dark gray. And when they stop near the pier, they appear to have stretchy suspensions like a regular Washington. The FBI Washington shares its siren with the BCPD Cheetah. The FBI Washington is one of only two law enforcement vehicles that can be repaired, resprayed at the paint spray, the other being the Cheetah. Even though the FBI Washington can be resprayed, the FBI Rancher cannot. Let's see, there's something here about a cheat code. We'll skip that. The FBI Washington is probably an unfinished vehicle, considering its very similar look to a regular Washington unseen siren, hidden place to find the unseen siren, and the ability for it to be resprayed, and the fact that the FBI agents never use it right when they're chasing you when you have wanted detention. The FBI car will never come after you. The FBI Washington shares its horn with the Kuruma and the FBI car from GTA 3. That's cool. What's even better is how well the FBI Washington did on its test drive. Another successful attempt getting all the way to the lighthouse. Good job, FBI Washington. Awesome, awesome. Okay, we'll move right along to the fire truck, which has exactly one fixed spawn. It is at the only fire station in Vice City on the western island, pretty far north. Reading from the wiki, first we'll read actually from something in GTA Online, an in-game description, or advertisement, I should say. Live out your childhood dreams in your very own fire truck. It will be worth the effort of hauling it through the streets when you're firing the water cannon, blaring the siren, and flashing enough lights to kickstart an impromptu rave. Who cares if the Los Santos Fire Department rejected your applications and now is your chance? Awesome. Okay, from the wiki. The fire truck is a general purpose firefighting apparatus equipped with a deck mounted water water cannon slash deluge gun appearing in every GTA game. That's pretty cool. Probably not that many vehicles that appear in every single one of the GTA games. The fire truck is depicted as a large truck-based vehicle with a predominantly red paint job, long chassis, and bulky design, evidently to contain firefighting equipment. The 3D universe version of the fire truck is based on North American fire trucks with a couple of differences that I won't get into. The performance in the 3D universe, it can reach high speeds and has good acceleration. However, the resulting lack of traction in such a heavy vehicle makes it susceptible to oversteer and spinning. It has no ABS anti-lock brake system installed, so one cannot turn while braking. It's very heavy and has a high top speed, so the driver has to plan when to brake, otherwise it's easy to crash and possibly get stuck since it's so bulky. How's it going to do on our test drive? I don't know. It's tough to steer. And I've got lots of folks harassing me right now for some reason. Okay, moving right along. Obviously, we use this one in the firefighter side mission, and it's the only vehicle we can use. Oh, flipped. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? In the mission Demolition Man, a fire truck will respond to the explosion and arrive at the scene of the disaster. Well, this is a disaster right here. I thought the fire truck had a chance. Maybe if we could just get it up to high speed. Sorry, fire truck. Okay, moving on to the flatbed. The flatbed has exactly one fixed spawn right way down here in Viceport. Wonder what's under that cover. It's got a really strange shape. Is that like an airplane sticking up with the tail fin at the back? I don't know. Never really thought about it. Okay, so let's take a look at the wikis reading about the flatbed. It's a recurring heavy truck first introduced in GTA London 1969 and repeatedly appears in the following titles. Here I just wanted to see like if the stuff in the back of the flatbed was solid or if I would fall through, but yeah, you can walk on it. Although I think it's like totally horizontal. The hit detection here, you can see I'm standing on nothing just because the hitbox is like a rectangular shape instead of following the shape of the cover. Okay, the design in Vice City features an enclosed cab with a variety of cargo on the back, except in Vice City Stories, as well as a variety of primary colors on the body. In Vice City, the flatbed spawns with stacked piping. Is that what this is? 2 variations of wooden crate stacks or 2 variations of covered aircraft fuselages. That's what I said. With the tarpaulin slash covers receiving the secondary color. That's pretty cool. Small little plane we're carrying around here. Performance, I don't know, not great. The flatbed, despite its size and sheer weight, still manages to get a good top speed. However, it's quite slow to accelerate. Yeah, this is a problem when you're test driving with 6 stars because you need to get away from the police vehicles, especially the tank. It has exceptional steering and maneuverability to make up for its poor acceleration. The brakes are adequate to its size and weight. Okay, we continue on. No special variants in this game. No prominent appearances in missions in this game. We mentioned the one fixed location. And we'll take a look at the trivia. No trivia for this game either, only for GTA 5 and GTA Online. I've been skipping the radio stations sections on the wiki for each of the vehicles. I don't see any. Like in some games, certain vehicles have like only one radio station that always plays when you get in it, or maybe 1 or 2 or 3 radio stations that it's always choosing between. But I don't see anything here for Vice City for the flatbed. Okay, so we haven't even gotten to the starting location here, and I finished reading about the flatbed. Oh, there's a little bit more here about similar vehicles in other games. So in San Andreas, there's the DFT-30, which is a similar purpose vehicle. In GTA 4, there is the Biff, which is a truck which sports a flatbed variant. Leave me alone. I'm trying to ship a plane. Let's see. In this game and in some other games, there's the Packer. We'll come up to the Packer in a future vehicles video. Please let me go. Let me travel in peace. I am just a used car salesman. I've got all the paperwork on this vehicle. Gosh, we're already down one, maybe two tires. I can't tell about the front right one. Let's see. Then there's a pounder. I don't know what vehicle what games that appears in. Oh, I'm missing two tires now. Sorry, officer. That is a similar semi truck. It's got a curtain side, it looks like. And then in GTA Online, there's the Wastelander, which is another flatbed truck, which also is, let's see, part of the import-export update, whatever that is. All right, but the truck is surprising me here. I mentioned that, I had certain expectations about some of the vehicles that I thought they would do really well or really poorly, and I thought this vehicle would do poorly, but once I was able to kind of get up to top speed, even with the two tires, it's not, it's so heavy that it's not like drifting all over the road. God, that was close. So the flatbed doing work, doing better than I expected, honestly. So here's a little bit more about the flatbed in this game from the wiki. From GTA 3 onward, the flatbed is slow to accelerate and hard to maneuver in tight spaces. However, once it gets going, its top speed is decent. The flatbed is resilient, allowing it to easily ram other vehicles aside. It says in Vice City, it outperforms the fire truck as far as ramming ability is concerned, as it stays in control more than the fire truck when you collide with another vehicle. Also in Vice City, it is clearly the heaviest non-specialist vehicle, as it is not only a heavy-duty 10-wheeler, but it is also always loaded with something. So I guess that makes it heavier in terms of the game's physics. Oh, we have no tires. I think we have one tire left in the... Oh, we have no tires. They're all popped. I am feeling very much in danger, as I cannot move, and there could be tanks anywhere around me. Leave me alone. I don't want to drive in the water. I can't swim. The fire truck accelerates faster than the flatbed, but does not demonstrate the amount of momentum and doesn't have the density of the flatbed. And again, we are just sitting ducks here. Oh, we didn't even need to get hit by a tank. We were just on fire. Too much sustained damage. Still, the flatbed outperformed, in my opinion. Okay, let's take a look at the freeway. So first I'm going to show you a whole bunch of nothing. So the freeway is a motorcycle, and it has a fixed spawn right over here, but you can't see it because it's actually underneath this helipad. So it's basically right in front of Tommy, right here in this corner of the helipad. If you were somehow able to remove the helipad, you would see the freeway there, but it's just you can't get to it in any way. All right, so not counting that one, the freeway has one fixed spawn, one that we can actually reach. So here it is right here. And we will hop on and head over to our favorite stadium. And let's go ahead and start reading about the freeway. First reading from the GTA website, the signature bike of Mitch Baker and his crew approach with extreme caution. Now from the wiki, the freeway is a motorcycle that appears in Vice City, San Andreas, Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, and GTA 4. The design, the freeway resembles a classic Harley-Davidson panhead motorcycle in all its appearances, as it is the basis for the Angel, which is another motorcycle in GTA. It has a long wheelbase, rather heavyweight, and larger tires than other bikes. Cool. Performance. It's the second fastest bike in Vice City. Due to its heavy weight, it's not suitable for stunts or off-roading, but its speed makes it an enjoyable bike for ordinary street cruising. Well, that's nice that it's enjoyable. Its handling and acceleration are below average. It has a very wide turning circle. Yeah, you can see me struggling to just make simple 90-degree turns here, which can give trouble when parking or running from cops. Its acceleration is marginal, but not impressive. Okay, let's continue from the wiki. I don't see any variants here. Prominent appearances in missions. So in the mission, The Party, after leaving Raphael's, an NPC parks a freeway just across the street. The player can use it to complete the mission and keep it if desired. Yeah, but you don't have to get onto that freeway. But if you want to hear the guy say, "Oh, no," or "Hey, my bike," then you got to get onto it. Okay, moving on to the trivia section. Let's see. So it talks about radio stations, but not in Vice City. In Vice City and Liberty City Stories, the freeway has a car horn emitting the same sound as the Bobcat. That's a pickup truck. San Andreas has a different horn. Okay, I think that's it for the trivia, and that's it for the freeway. So it's not my favorite bike, just because it's got such a wide turning radius. I prefer some other bikes to this one. And then I think that there's some mission where the community calls this the God bike. I guess it might be that race, the Mitch Baker race. Yeah, so I think that our test drive has ended. I'm still alive, but our vehicle is not. Okay, now we're not either. Okay, moving right along. Let's take a look at the Gang Burrito, which has exactly one fixed spawn right over here on Prawn Island. And we'll get a good look all around it. And it's got the same lights up on the top there, but it's got the kind of gang graffiti on the side. Makes me hungry for a burrito right now. Reading from the wiki, the Gang Burrito is a gang variant of the burrito van featured in Vice City, The Lost and the Damned, GTA 5, and GTA Online. Looking at the design, much like the Hood's Rumpo XL in GTA 3, this Vice City rendition of the Gang Burrito is essentially a burrito belonging to the Street Wannabes gang, with a two-tone red and gray paint job, graffiti on the side panels, side exhausts, roof-mounted headlights, a heightened rear spoiler, extended front splitter and wheel arches, and a different grille design. In later versions of the game, most notably the 10th anniversary version, the graffiti is replaced by more professional artwork. The gang burrito is sometimes seen with a small brown teddy bear affixed to the grill or roof. Yeah, it's really cute. The roof-mounted teddy bears have a hockey mask. Yeah, that's creepy. Maybe like a Friday the 13th Jason Voorhees reference. Okay, performance of the Gang Burrito. Well, we're going to find out on our test drive, aren't we? Unlike the regular burrito, the Gang Burrito has an all-wheel drive layout, giving it more grip and slightly faster acceleration. The three-wheel trick that the regular burrito can perform has been toned down and will only happen during sustained cornering or by swerving in one direction before quickly swerving in the opposite direction. I have no idea what this three-wheel trick is. I mean, it's got four wheels. You're able to get it up on three for some reason or somehow? Let us know in the comments if you know what the three-wheel trick is. The Gang Burrito is the fastest van in the game, slightly faster than the regular burrito. It has the same engine sound as the Infernus, the Banshee, the Phoenix, the Love Fist, and the Deluxo. All right, and it's doing quite well on our test drive so far. That's pretty cool. Prominent appearances in missions in Phnom Penh. There are two gang burritos that spawn behind the Mendez Mansion in Prawn Island, and in the mission Hogtied, gang burritos are used in chasing the player as they return the bike to Mitch Baker. Okay, looking at the trivia. The lights mounted above the windshield and the rear spoiler give the vehicle a resemblance to the van driven by B.A. Baracus in the A-Team. So he was played by Mr. T, which was a popular TV show created by Stephen J. Cannell in the 1980s. All right, the vehicle is similar to the Hood's Rumpo XL. Both cars are beater variants of their normal counterpart, both used by gangs and both sport graffiti on the sides. Pretty cool. In Chinatown Wars, there's a similar vehicle called the Drug Burrito. In the HD Universe games, there's a similar van-style gang vehicle called the Lost Slam Van. And then in Chinatown Wars, there's the Angel, which is a differently named burrito, which seemed to assume the role of the Lost in the Dam's gang burrito. Okay, cool. We just got this last turn before we get to our lighthouse. I think we are good to go. The gang burrito with a good showing, which is a strong finish to this video. This is our last vehicle that I have to show you in our showroom today. As usual, if you see one that you like, go ahead and grab it. No charge. I don't work on commission, fortunately. And this is another successful vehicle attempt getting to the lighthouse. Good job, Gang Burrito. Way better, in my opinion, than the counterpart, because we hate the burrito. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.